him being able to, on that play, he probably got fouled a couple times, and then he just obviously swung his elbow and then got ejected. And so, a lot of, I think Mitch Johnson even said, like, standing up for himself.
Yeah, I mean, you could see him being fouled in that photograph we just showed, as he's the one throwing the elbow. Shams Charania here on the Rich Eisen Show. So,
by the way, I'm writing it down right now.
Thank you.
Find out Wemby combo.
There you go, Shams Charania making notes from our conversation. I greatly appreciate that. So, is it true Oklahoma City's trying to trade up? I mean, because I understand we're in the crucible of the playoffs right now, but draft's right around the corner. In the same way that you're saying the Spurs seem to be set forever with their command and control structure. You could say the same thing about Oklahoma City, which is another fascinating part about this series that's playing out right now. But what do you got on that front, Shams?
Yeah, I mean, the Thunder yearly have multiple first-round picks, multiple second-round picks in every draft. I mean, knowing how the Thunder have operated, talking to other teams about how they operate, they keep all options open. Something like trading up or trading, like, these things don't necessarily really happen until we're on draft night. You have to see who's available on the board. I mean, the Thunder have routinely, every year, every couple years, they'll make a move where they move up because they like someone, at let's say, they have the number 12th pick, I think, in this year's draft. Like, if they like someone at 10 or 9 or 8 and they can move up, like, they'll look at doing that, or even 11, even moving up one spot. So I think the Thunder, Sam Presti, his front office, they've kept their optionality, as we get closer to draft night.
Okay. And there's no question who's number 1 overall and that he wants to play for the Wizards. Any questions there, Shams, on that front?
I think there's a lot of questions about the top of this draft. And from Washington, Utah, Memphis, Chicago, I think there's a feel of who, is generally in that mix. AJ DeBonta, Darren Peterson, Caleb Wilson, Cam Boozer. But I think the order is still very much up in the air. I think that Washington at number 1, knowing that front office, they're going to consider 3, 4, 5 players for that spot. I think Utah at number 2 is going to consider 4 or 5 people for that number 2 spot. So this is a draft where I think we could see, I don't know if surprise is the right word, but if Darren Peterson goes number 1, like, is that going to surprise people?
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. And that would be obviously for a few weeks down the road, and then comes free agency. If you had a list, let's just say LeBron has a list of where he'd like to play next year, and Giannis has a list of where he'd like to play next year, and we put one on top of the other, would they overlap, do you think, completely? Shams, what do you think?
I don't necessarily think that the Giannis and LeBron situations are intertwined.
Okay.
Giannis' situation has been playing out for, now we're at 12 months by the time, assuming he is traded. And right now, Rich, this is where everything is at. The Milwaukee Bucks are officially open for business. They are engaging with teams. They're talking to teams. They're getting teams' best offers between now and the NBA draft, and they will make a decision. The biggest point that you need to know in all this, Rich, is Giannis, for a period of months, has made it clear to the Bucks, to the parties that need to know, that he is ready. He believes the time has come for both sides to part ways, to move on from each other. And what I've learned since Jimmy Haslam came out and said, listen, it's going to be either he's going to commit to an extension in June or we're going to trade him in June, is that nothing has changed about his stance. And so that would lead you to believe that the Bucks will then obviously seriously consider these offers that they are officially open for business for. And, you're going to see teams like Miami, Minnesota, Boston. The Lakers will be, the Lakers express interest in Giannis at the deadline. Right now, what they'll be able to offer is 3 first-round picks in cap space and essentially absorb Giannis's contract. Now, if you're the Bucks, are you just going to trade Giannis to the Lakers for cap space for 3 first-round picks? My sense is they're going to get better in the marketplace than that. I think there's a bigger appetite than that. And so time will tell. We'll know in the next 6 weeks. But LeBron's future is a little bit different because LeBron is 41 years old, just finished his 23rd season. He's going to take the next few weeks to figure out exactly how he wants potentially his final year to play out. All the indications I've gotten over the course of the years that he's going to play one more season. The where, the how much of it all, like that's all obviously going to be a factor. Is it going to be LA? That's got to be probably his preference if he wants to be home and as far as where his home base is now. And the Lakers have made it clear that they want him back. And so we'll see how that mutual potential interest culminates over the next month or so. But the one thing I do know is that multiple contenders are already kind of circling here. Like, if LeBron is really going to hit the open market and decide and have a true free agency, he's not going to have a shortage of teams that feel like, listen, we'll go get LeBron, we'll plug him in as our starting power forward or small forward, and let's go try to win a ring.
And when you say the Lakers are interested in Giannis and have indicated their interest in Giannis prior, and it would require just draft choices in their mind and cap space, does that mean LeBron is on the team too? Because that would overlap. The Giannis and LeBron situations would overlap then. Maybe not the list of where they want to go, but right?
Theoretically. But again, I do think when you look at the best of the options that Milwaukee could get, I think there's other avenues potentially there, but certainly, I mean, if in the world that he would end up there, their worlds would be intertwined in a way.
Okay.
What if the Warriors are not just watching the LeBron James situation? What if they are quietly waiting for the door to open? Because after what Shams just said, this is no longer some random fan fantasy. Multiple contenders are circling. LeBron is looking at what could be his final season, and if winning is really the priority, Golden State has to be part of the conversation. Let's be honest, LeBron James in a Warriors jersey still sounds strange. For years, he was the rival, the finals enemy, the man standing across from Stephen Curry while the entire basketball world picked sides. But basketball has a funny way of flipping the story when time starts running out. And right now, time is the whole story. Curry is still elite, but the Warriors cannot keep pretending the old dynasty formula is coming back by itself. The West is younger, bigger, faster, and colder. Oklahoma City is a monster. San Antonio is rising. Houston is coming. Denver is still dangerous. The Warriors need something that changes the room. LeBron does that. Not because he is 28 again. Not because he can carry an entire franchise for 82 games like he used to. That version is gone. But the version that still sees the floor, still controls matchups, still creates shots, still punishes small defenders, still grabs a rebound and turns it into a fast break, that version can absolutely help a contender. And next to Stephen Curry, the fit becomes more dangerous than people want to admit. Think about it. Curry bends defenses without touching the ball. LeBron bends defenses with the ball in his hands. One creates panic from 30 feet, the other creates pressure going downhill. If LeBron drives and the defense collapses, who are they leaving? Stephen Curry? That is a nightmare. If they stay glued to Steph, LeBron gets a lane, a mismatch, or a cutter. That is not complicated basketball. That is simple pressure with two of the smartest players the league has ever seen. And this is why the Warriors angle matters. Golden State is reportedly trying to get younger, healthier, and more sustainable around Curry. On paper, adding a player near 42 sounds like the opposite of that. But LeBron is not aging like a normal player. The question is not just age. The question is reliability, impact, and whether he can still help you win playoff games. If the answer is yes, the Warriors have to at least investigate it. Now, financially, this is not easy. The Lakers can offer comfort, money, and familiarity. Cleveland can offer legacy. Other contenders can offer clearer paths. But Golden State offers something nobody else can duplicate. LeBron James and Stephen Curry together, coached by Steve Kerr, chasing one final basketball earthquake. That would not just be a team. That would be the biggest show in the NBA, but the Warriors cannot chase this blindly. If LeBron comes, the roster has to make sense. He cannot be surrounded by tired legs, injury questions, and old names who cannot stay on the floor. This is where the front office has to be ruthless. If Golden State wants LeBron, it has to build a real contender, not a nostalgia tour. Curry cannot be asked to carry the shooting, the offense, the emotional weight, and the rescue plan every night. LeBron helps, but only if the rest of the roster has athleticism, defense, and enough shooting to survive the West. My take: the Warriors should absolutely explore it, not as a fantasy, not as clickbait, as a serious final window move. If LeBron wants one more ring and the Lakers situation gets complicated, Golden State should make the call immediately. Because if Curry and LeBron ever share the same uniform, even for one season, every arena is sold out, every national TV slot is locked, and every contender in the West has to prepare for a playoff series nobody wants to play. This is not confirmed, this is not official, but it is real enough to discuss. And for Dub Nation, the question is brutal. Would you accept LeBron James, the old rival, if he gave Stephen Curry one last real shot at a championship? Drop your opinion in the comments, hit the like button, and subscribe, because if this story gets louder, the NBA may be heading toward one of the wildest endings ever.